Imagine getting a $100,000 luxury electric SUV for less than the price of a new Tesla Model 3. Sounds crazy, right? Well, this is my BMW iX and I paid under $40,000 for it just a few weeks ago.
Wow, that's fast.
In this video, I will show you why the iX is an absolute bargain on the used market, highlight some of the amazing features that make it feel ultra premium, and reveal the real reason why it's dropped over 60% in value since new. Spoiler alert, yeah, it's mostly this grille, but stay tuned because if you can get past the front end design, you're looking at one of the most luxurious, fun to drive and high-tech EVs available right now for a fraction of the price. Underneath the controversial styling, the iX drives like a true BMW. You get dual motor all-wheel drive, optional air suspension, which this car has, and even rear wheel steering that makes this SUV feel nimble in tight spaces, makes it easier to park, go through tight corners at speed, and even change lanes on the highway. It feels like a BMW when you drive it as well, which is a credit to BMW engineers, as this is not a light car by any means. Giving it a well-balanced driving experience came from a lot of innovations such as carbon fiber reinforced plastic chassis and aluminum used for practically everything else. While the iX is heavy at around 5,500 pounds, it carries most of its weight really low. And even the roofline is lowered compared to other SUVs. I mean, I am taller than this car, which is pretty amazing. Most of the weight goes into the high voltage battery, soundproofing, and other luxuries you won't see in any other EVs. For this and many other reasons, it's incredibly smooth and composed. And the xDrive 50 version, like this one, still gives you 516 horsepower and 564 pound-feet of torque. BMW claims 0 to 60 in like 4.4 seconds, but testing has shown that it's closer to 4 seconds, and honestly, it feels even faster than that. It's really quick. One downside, acceleration can feel a bit abrupt if you're not careful or used to instant power, even in standard mode. It will throw you back if you push the accelerator just a little bit too hard, just like that. And I would honestly expect it to be more linear outside of sport mode, for example. It's fun every time. But I also wish you could mix and match driving modes and granularly adjust them, like having a sporty suspension in eco mode without having to change the mode completely, as this also changes the screen design, climate control, and more. But you're kind of stuck with BMW's presets for now, and I really hope they make it more customizable in the future. This being an electric vehicle, the EV specs are important. This isn't an 800-volt system like the Porsche Taycan, but the iX holds its own. It runs on a 400-volt architecture with a 106 kilowatt-hour battery pack. Mine reports around 99 kilowatt-hours usable remaining energy after about 45,000 miles, which is about 6.5% decrease from brand new. Charging speed is also decent at 195 kilowatts max, but the most I got on my road trip was 175 kilowatts, which means you can charge from 10 to 80% in just about 35 minutes at a fast charger. On the highway, expect around 270 to 280 miles of range. In city or suburban driving, closer to 320 or even 330 miles is possible if charged to 100%. However, BMW recommends charging to around 80% for battery health unless you are going on a long trip. The battery is also really well calibrated and has plenty of reserved capacity. For example, you can still use full power down to around 5% charge, which isn't the norm from what I understand. Now let's talk interior, because this is where the iX really shines. You get unique golden bronze trim, like here, 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 and in a few other places around the car. Optional crystal iDrive controller, the volume knob, as well as the drive selector, which I don't have and don't really care for, but some people really like those. I do have real leather seats though, which were a must for me. I have had at least 5 people tell me how much they like the interior design here, and especially the golden bronze strip. I don't personally get it, but people seem to really like it. I also really like the use of fabric on the front dash here, as well as the overall minimalistic design of the dash. For comfort, you have heated seats, which also warm up both of your armrests. So this one and this one are heated. Yes, both armrests are heated. As an option, you can even get a massaging seat. Yes, only one seat. For some reason, the passenger doesn't get a massage in this car, which is kind of disappointing to my wife because I was bragging how cool the massage is in this car as I was driving it home. Everything else feels very premium here except for one thing. I find that the doors are slightly clunky. There's like 4 actions, like ka-chunk, ka-chunk, ka-chunk. Look, close it again. I don't know, it just doesn't feel premium when you open it. And I get it, there's like 4 actions there. It has to open the door, lower the window, then pop it open just a bit. So there's a ton that's happening there, but I don't know, they could have made it sound just a little bit better. Another minor complaint would be the cup holder placement. Who thought this was a good placement for a cup holder? It's kind of awkward to reach when you're driving, so there's not a lot of space between your knee and the center console, so it's kind of awkward to reach. And if you have something here, you have to either like reach over or go on the side. Or if you have a longer, bigger bottle, that doesn't really fit here as well because this overhangs. Just not a good idea to put those over there. They should have been higher up here, and that's the end of it. Anyway, getting in the back, there's tons of space for passengers, which luckily does not subtract from the trunk space. I do wish these rear seats right here were reclinable though, so it's more comfortable for adults, but so far my kid has not complained at all. However, there's plenty to like in the back here. This car has a 4-zone climate system, so each passenger gets their own zone. You have this little control panel right here, and you can adjust it however you like. There's also plenty of USB chargers. Each passenger gets 2. So you can charge whatever you want and there's not going to be an issue. So as you can see, I have a ton of space with the driver's seat set in my position. I'm 5'10", so there's plenty of room for my feet as well as my head. There is about, I don't know, like 8-12 inches of space here, even with the lowered roof line. Doesn't impact anything, super comfortable. The best part of the interior for me, hands down, the Bowers Wilkins Diamond audio system with 30 speakers, including some in the seat backs and under your legs. You don't just hear the music, you feel it. It also upgrades the speaker grills and adds ambient light inside those grills. Honestly, this sound system is incredible and easily the best sounding system I have ever heard in any car. Now that's saying something. So let's listen to a song or just a snippet of it. All right, let's turn it up just a little bit. This is about, I would say, 40% volume. As you can hear, hopefully it's super clear. There's no hiss, there's no rattles, there's nothing. It's just pure, very clear sound. And honestly, that's amazing. And most cars do not reproduce sound like this. You can feel the music. Even at like right now we're like 60%, you can feel the music in your body. Overall, I absolutely love how open and premium it feels in here. And I even like the strangely shaped steering wheel. One thing I don't love is the lack of physical buttons for the climate control. You get them in the back, but you have to use the screen in the front. Why? Before I get into the tech features of the iX, I wanted to quickly share something else that feels premium and hopefully will get me back in shape. This is the Yesol G1M Max, a smart indoor cycling bike that I've been testing, and I have to say, it's actually been pretty fun. It comes in one box and needs to be assembled. Luckily, it was easy enough to set up, and in under 1 hour, I had it all assembled and ready to go. Normally, I go riding my bike outside, but when the weather's too cold, too hot, or it's too late in the day, this bike keeps me moving and doesn't take a lot of room. Might even be a great addition to the garage in the future. It's also a lot more affordable than many other smart bikes. It connects via Bluetooth to your phone or tablet for audio, or using the Yesol app and cable, you can mirror your phone straight to the large screen. Even without plugging anything in, it gives you real-time stats like your RPM, distance, wattage, calories burned, and more. It's whisper quiet, has adjustable magnetic resistance, and it's way more affordable than something like a Peloton, without sacrificing any features. Of course, it can be loud as well, but in the best way possible. It has 4 speakers that sound great and really get you going with the right music or training videos. In fact, there are plenty of free training sessions on the app to enjoy. It's super sleek, and I especially like the large screen as it makes it a lot more fun than using a regular stationary bike with your phone. Whether you're trying to stay active between drives or just want a high-tech fitness upgrade at home, the G1M Max is a great option. I'll have a link in the description if you want to check it out. Speaking of the screens, this was the first BMW to ship with the iDrive 8 system, and it comes loaded. Huge curved display, wireless CarPlay and Android Auto, wireless phone charging, a heads-up display, and even 4-way dash cameras built into the car. Everything is very smooth, and there's mostly no delays when using the touchscreen or navigating menus. So if we go home, go to the menu, for example, live vehicle, click on climate control again, go back home, go here, for example, select my modes. Boom, those are loaded right away. So you have your personal, sport, efficient, whatever. You can select that. Everything adjusts right away. It can also park itself, reverse out of the driveway or parking spot the same way you came in, or even parallel park for you, making it super easy for those having trouble with parking. The panoramic roof electronically dims at the press of a button as well. No sunshade needed. Downsides? Well, the touch controls take some getting used to. Climate control only has 2 physical buttons right here for the front windshield and the rear window for the defrost, and everything else is in these menus. I also hate that the sync button gets reset every time you start the car. I also wish they just gave us physical buttons for basic stuff. Yes, this car has more physical buttons and a controller, unlike some other BMWs with the iDrive 8 system, but most of the buttons are just shortcuts for the screen and don't actually change anything. As an example, if I press my modes button, it doesn't actually let me choose anything or switch anything, so I just keep pressing it, nothing happens. I still have to manually select it on the screen. So what's the point of having that button? It's just a shortcut for this modes menu in the screen. So why does a $100,000 luxury EV with great build quality and amazing features drop to $40,000 in just a couple of years? The biggest reason? Well, it's obvious, the front end. This grille has been called many names since it came out, and people seem to absolutely hate it. However, it's actually pretty cool technologically. It has some self-healing properties against small scratches and chips, and there's a ton of sensors and other cool tech built in behind it. It's more of an intelligence panel rather than air intake. Obviously, there is no holes for air intake at all. This is actually the air intake, and you can see it's open right now because the AC is running inside the car. Still, it did not have to be this large or pronounced. Personally, I don't love it, but I don't hate it either. And once you're inside the car, you're not looking at it anyway, and you're just enjoying the driving experience and the luxurious interior. And best of all, the strange styling choices is what made this car drop so much in price, which was a huge benefit for me. I also find that this line right here, and especially this section between the doors, so starting from here down, it kind of goes down, then up, then down again, that's the more offensive line of the car. For some reason, it makes it look like it was dented and poorly repaired, but I've confirmed in other iXs that's how it looks. So I find this a lot more offensive than the front. I can understand why the opinions are split on the front end of the car, but honestly, I can't wrap my head around why people don't like the rear end. I love the styling here. It's futuristic with these slot taillights, and they blend into the design really well. Also, no LED bar across the hatch here, which has been so overdone on so many cars. Strangely, for a car that was designed to be an EV from the bottom up, it does not have a front trunk. This does not open, and there's not that much space under the trunk floor in the back. The only part that's supposed to be open up front is this BMW badge. This is where you put your windshield washer fluid. So back to the original question, is the BMW iX worth buying in 2025 and into the future? Absolutely, that's why I did it. You're getting a full-size luxury electric SUV with premium features, insane audio, high performance, real range, and legit BMW driving dynamics for less than half of what it was new. You also don't have to worry about maintenance, as there's nothing really to maintain other than maybe changing the air filter. It might just be me, and maybe this is an unpopular opinion, but I would rather live with a weird grill, or at least what some people perceive to be a weird grill, or avant-garde, or different, or futuristic, or quirky, or whatever you want to call it, that I got used to after a week, and save 60% than spend $100,000 on something else that doesn't feel this special. This car makes you feel like you're driving the future. And at these prices, the future is finally affordable. Can you name a better car for the price? With all that said, if you're looking for a used BMW, I think these are the best deal on the market right now. And I hope that this video has helped you find that for yourself. Check out this video where I road tripped this BMW iX for over 1,000 miles. Thank you so much for watching. Like the video if you found it useful. Subscribe for more BMW videos, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.